Hi everyone. Today we're going to study measures of central tendency for ungrouped data. Let us define measures of central tendency. A measure of central tendency is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position within that set of data. There are three most widely used measures. The first is the mean, next is the median, third is the mode. Let us discuss the measures one by one. The mean, symbolized by this symbol, and this is read as x bar, is the sum of all terms divided by the number of terms. In symbol, we may write x bar equals sum of observations divided by total number of observations. In formula, we may write sigma x over n. The sigma is read as summation. So the formula here is read as summation of x over n. Let's have an example. The data represent the number of days off per year for a sample of individuals selected from 9 different countries. Find the mean. The values are here: 20, 26, 40, 36, 23, 42, 35, 24, and 30. Using our formula here, we will take the sum of all these numbers. So we have 20 plus 26 plus 40 plus 36 plus 23 plus 42 plus 35 plus 24 plus 30 all over 9, because there are 9 numbers here. Using our calculator, the numerator will be 276 over the same number 9 in the denominator, and simplifying this, we have 30.67, and this is rounded to 2 decimal places. This is our final answer. On the topic about mean, there is what we call weighted mean. When the data is given with frequencies, the mean can be calculated by multiplying each distinct value by its frequency and then dividing the sum by the total number of frequencies. In symbol, we may write x bar equals the summation of fx all over summation of f. Let us see how the formula will be used. Let's have an example. Find the mean for the following distribution. We have a table here with 2 columns. The first column is for the marks. We regard that to be x. The second column is the frequency with the symbol f. In the first line, we can see that the mark 45 has a frequency of 4, 30 with 1, 85 with 3, 90 with 5, 75 with 3 respectively. Next, we're going to take the summation of the frequency, and that is equal to 16. The next step, we need another column that says fx. This is the column of the product of the mark and the frequency respectively. It means to say we're going to multiply the 45 with 4. We will put the answer here, so on and so forth. So the first blank will be 180. 30 times 1 is 30. 85 times 3 is 255. 90 times 5 is 450. 75 times 3 is 225. And then at the bottom, let us take the summation, and that is equal to 1140. So this values summation of this column, also of this column, are the ones needed for our formula. So we have x bar equals, the summation of fx is 1140, and it is now written here, over the summation of f is 16. Then simplifying, getting the quotient, we have 71.25. This is our final answer. Let's have the second measure, and this is the median. In books, we can see the symbol as capital M, D, N for the median. As defined, median is the middle value that divides the ordered data from smallest to largest into 2. We're going to use this formula, MDN equals n plus 1 over 2. But take note that this formula will only describe the position of the median. If n is an odd number, the median is the middle value of the ordered data from smallest to largest. If n is an even number, the median is equal to the two middle values added together and divided by 2 after the data has been ordered. Let us see some examples. Example 1. Find the median of these values: 684, 764, 656, 702, 856, 1133, and the last is 1132. First thing to do is to arrange the data from smallest to largest. So the first value will be 656, next is 684, followed by 702, next is 764, next is 856, then 1132, and the last 1133. Take note that n, or the number of data, equals 7, and this 7 is an odd number. Let us now use our formula here. So median equals, the n plus 1 is now 7 plus 1, taken from here, the number 7, over 2. Simplifying this, 7 plus 1 is 8 divided by 2, and this is equal to 4. This number 4 here describes the fourth value of our arranged data. So finding the fourth value, this is the first, second, third, and the fourth. The 764, that is the median. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. The number of guest rooms of 10 hotels in Muscat are 71, 30, 61, 59, 31, 41, 47, 64, 23, and 22 respectively. Find the median. First, let us arrange the data from smallest to largest. So we have 22 as the first term, followed by 23, next 30, then 31, followed by 41, next is 47, and then 59, then 61, followed by 64, and the last is 71. Take note that our n equals 10, and this is an even number. Using our formula now, we will write median equals 10 plus 1 over 2. And 10 plus 1 is 11 divided by 2, and this is equal to 5.5. And this is the 5.5 value of the ordered data. Take note that this is between 5 and 6. So we identify the 5th and the 6th values respectively, 41 and 47. What we're going to do is to get the sum of these two values and divide by 2. So we have 41 plus 47 over 2. This is equal to 88 over 2, and the answer is 44. This is our median. Take note, the median 44 divides the ordered data into two groups. The first group is below the median, and the other group is above median. This is our final answer. Let's go now to the third measure, and that is the mode. Some books give the symbol MO for the mode, and this is defined as the value that appears most frequent in the data set. A distribution with only one mode is said to be unimodal, while with two modes is bimodal, three modes is trimodal, and so on. Let's have example 1. Find the mode for the following data. Let us simply observe which value appears most frequent. We can observe that this 120 appears 3 times. There is another value, this 110, appears 2 times, while others appears only once. In this distribution, the mode is 120. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. Find the mode for the following data: 110, 131, 103, 184, 112, 197, 113, and 122. We can see that each value appears once. In this case, we will write there is no mode. Take note, do not write mode equals 0, because this 0 is a value that may be part of any data. So this no mode is our final answer. Hi everyone. Today we're going to study mean for group data. and this is under measures of central tendency. The formula of the mean for group data is given here, and this is x bar equals sigma f x sub m all over n, where x bar is the mean. The sigma symbol is read as summation, x sub m is the class midpoint, f is the frequency, and the n is the total number of cases. So this formula will be read as x bar equals summation of f times x sub m all over n. Let us see examples how this formula is used. Let's have example 1. Find the arithmetic mean for the following distribution. We have a table here with 2 columns. The first column is the class intervals, and we have 5 intervals here. And the next column is the frequency for the corresponding class intervals. See the first class interval as 5 to 10, and the frequency is 3. The second group is from 10 to 15 with frequency 1. Third group from 15 to 20 with frequency 5. Fourth group from 20 to 25 with frequency 3. The fifth group is from 25 to 30 with frequency 8. The next step that we will do is to compute for the n, the total number of cases, where we will take the sum of all the frequencies, and this is equal to 20. After that, we need another column for the class midpoint, and that is the x sub m. The formula for the class midpoint is given here, and this is lower limit plus upper limit over 2. The lower limit and upper limit are the end numbers of corresponding class interval. So in our first class from 5 to 10, the lower limit is 5 and the upper limit is 10. Getting the midpoint of this group, we have now this 5 plus 10 divided by 2. Simplifying, this 5 plus 10 will give 15, and then this is divided by 2, and we will have 7.5. And this value we will write on the blank. So we have here the 7.5. We will follow this idea for the other blanks on the class midpoint column. So you see, this 12.5 comes when we add 10 and 15 divided by 2. This 17.5 comes when we add 15 and 20 and then divide by 2. The 22.5 comes when we add 20 and 25, then divide by 2. The 27.5 here comes from 25 plus 30 divided by 2. So we are now complete with a column for class midpoint. And then we need another column for f times x sub m. It means for the first blank here, we're going to multiply this number 3 and 7.5. That is the frequency and the class midpoint respectively of the first class interval. So we have here 22.5. For the other blanks here, we will follow the same idea. So 1 times 12.5 is 12.5. 5 times 17.5 is 87.5. 3 times 22.5 is 67.5, and 8 times 27.5 is 220. So we are done with all the blanks in this column. The next step is we're going to take the summation, or we say we will add all these numbers and we will put the sum here. And that is the summation of f times x sub m. And the value is 410. Now, we are ready to use our formula for the mean. X bar equals the summation of f times x sub m all over n. So these values we will collect from our table. And this value will be our numerator, that is the 410, and the n is coming from the summation of the frequency. So we have 410 divided by 20, and that is 20.5. This is the mean. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. Find the arithmetic mean for the following distribution. We have 5 class intervals here with their corresponding frequency. So let us solve for the mean. Step 1 is let us collect the n, and that is taking the total of this column, and this is equal to 30. Next, we need the class midpoint for each of the classes. We will use our formula x sub m equals lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So for our first blank here, we will use this one, the lower limit, plus the 9, that is the upper limit, then divided by 2. Simplifying further, 1 plus 9 is 10, divide by 2, and this is equal to 5. This number 5 we will put on the blank here. Let us follow the same idea with the other blanks. So you see, this number 14 comes when we have this 10 plus 18, then divided by 2. This number 23 comes from 19 plus 27 divided by 2. This 32 comes from 28 plus 36 divided by 2. This 41 comes when we add 37 and 45, and the sum is divided by 2. Next, another column for the f times x sub m. Again, we will multiply the frequency and the class midpoint of each class interval. So for the first blank, this is 4 times 5. We will have 20. That idea we will follow on the other blanks. 7 times 14 gives 98. 10 times 23 gives 230. 6 times 32 equals 192. 3 times 41 equals 123. Then, let us take the summation and we will put the answer at the bottom. So we have the summation of f times x sub m equals 663. Now let us use our formula for the mean. X bar equals the summation of f x sub m all over n. Taking the values from our table, we have the numerator as the 663 and the denominator is 30. Simplifying this, the quotient will be 22.1. This is our mean. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.